Hello, and welcome to another edition of Ridgefield Chiro Live. I'm your host, Dr. Chris Mascetta with Ridgefield Chiropractic Wellness Center. Anyway, it is really hard to deny that spring is in the air. But, unfortunately, with, springtime comes springtime allergies or spring allergies to many, many people who suffer a lot, throughout the course of the season. So I thought it would be a great show tonight to talk about different ways that you could defeat your allergy symptoms in natural ways. So tonight we're going to talk about 5 different natural ways to reduce your allergy symptoms. So let's get started right away. So really, what is an allergy? Well, an allergy is really when there's something in the air, whether it's an allergen, a pollutant, some kind of pathogen that gets really into your nasal passageways. And what does that do? It kind of gets clogged up in there, irritating the mucous membranes, the mucus lining, and creates symptoms like a runny nose, stuffiness and congestion, which can lead to headaches and sinus headaches, things like that, red, itchy eyes. All these terrible symptoms, really making you feel tired and fatigued. Those are some of the symptoms that go along with seasonal allergies. So if you're a seasonal allergy sufferer, you probably know that it can be pretty difficult to treat, unfortunately. But don't worry. There's a lot of different ways that you can treat your sinuses or treat your seasonal allergies that you don't have to rely on medications that make you feel drowsy, which is a main side effect to a lot of the allergy medications that are out there. So there are great natural remedies out there that work really well. They're really effective. But do not have necessarily the side effects of some of the common medications that are out there. So let's get right into it. So we got 5 different things we're going to talk about today. And the first one is really, really simple. It's first really cleansing your nasal passage. So what happens? Well, primarily it's pollen, pollen in the air, and heavy, thick pollen can get caught up in the nasal passageways and get stuck and caught in the mucous membranes. And that's really what's causing a lot of the symptoms. You can have a little bit of a histamine reaction, to that and cause a lot of irritation to those mucous membranes, which can lead to like the sneezing, the stuffy nose, the runny nose, the red itchy eyes, things like that. So it just makes sense by cleaning out those passageways. You should be able to relieve a lot of the symptoms. So what do you use? Well, you could wash out the pollen with the saline solution, with either a neti pot. But I'm not a huge fan of neti pots because you have to really kind of almost turn yourself upside down to get the water in there. There's a product out there that I've been promoting for many, many years. It was designed by I forget where they were, somewhere in Europe. I think Northern European ENTs, ears, eyes, nose, throat specialist. And it looks more like a syringe. It's a piece of plastic. It's thick. It's got this soft tip at the end. It looks like a syringe. So you draw the saline into it. You put it. It seals around the nose. And as you push it, they have a little lip in the little rubber tip there that actually makes the water swirl, and it goes up into your sinuses and cleans them out. And they've got some really great saline as well. But you can make your own saline. So washing it out that way, you could probably also dip like a Q-tip or something, just don't go too far up, and you can probably, clean out the nasal passage a little bit that way. But I think the Nasaline is probably my favorite product that's out there. You can get those on Amazon or whatever. They're probably around $20 or something. But that works really, really great. Another thing that I really, really like and recommend for sinuses, whether it's, sinuses from allergies or a sinus infection or things like that, is grapefruit seed extract. This is great. It's got great antimicrobial properties to it, antivirus, antibacterial, antifungus. It's great at kind of lubricating and hydrating the sinuses. So this one is citricidal by a company called Nutribiotic Professional. You can find these online as well. So it does come in a couple of different forms. You can get it in like a nasal spray, so it's already been diluted. I think it's like a saline solution with this in it, or this one here, which comes as drops, and it's kind of gelatinous. But you could drop in 8 ounces of sterilized water. You make your saline, so you can make your own saline. What I would recommend is like a kosher salt or like a brining salt, a deionized salt. You don't want to use the ionized salt because you don't want the iodine in it. Also, a lot of times there may be some fillers and binders and things like that, which may just clog up the sinuses and not be good. So you want it to be really, really high quality salt, product. And I think it's about a quarter teaspoon to like 8 ounces of sterilized water. You want it to be warm, and then you can put, depending on if you ever use it, I would start with maybe 1 or 2 drops of this. If it's not as effective as you would like, then work your way up to 4 drops. So probably don't use more than 4 drops because this is pretty potent stuff. Again, this is not, cleared or been reviewed by the FDA. These are just suggestions what this has been used for, and I really do get really great results for this in a lot of different ways. So I would do that maybe a couple of times a day at least. The steroid, the saline solution through the nasaline. So that's the first. So clean your nasal passageways. Second, manage your stress. And I know that there's a lot of stress going on right now, but managing your stress is really, really important because the stress hormones can throw off the balance of your body and decrease your immunity. If you have reduced immunity, you're probably going to have more of an effect of pollens and whatnot. Your body's going to fight them in different ways and increase your stress response and add to maybe your sensitivities of seasonal allergies. So you want to practice stress management. So what do you do with that? Well, there's a lot of different techniques, whether it's meditation, prayer, I think is really important. You use a lot of great apps on your cell phones that'll help you with guided imagery for meditation. Self-care like yoga and exercise. I know that we're still on self-quarantine, but get out there and walk, just try to de-stress in any way that you can. Supplements, a lot of really great supplements. I use a lot of standard process, but I do like the desiccated adrenal glands, or the Adrenamin is really, really great for adrenal support, which can make your body respond a lot better to the stress response. And they're organically bound minerals. Most of us are mineral deficient, and when we're stressed out, we're churning up and using a lot of our minerals. So the organically bound minerals by standard process, I think, are awesome. They're really, really great. So reduce the stress in your life. It's going to improve your immune function, okay, and that's going to help with your seasonal allergies. 3, visit your chiropractor, okay? So where does chiropractic come in with all this? Well, guess what? Chiropractic reduces the stress on your nervous system. It's also going to improve the function of your nervous system, right? So if you improve the function of your nervous system, you're going to have a better immune response. Your body's going to be working better, and it's probably going to have a better effect on your allergies or your seasonal allergies. Chiropractic is great at supporting lymph flow and lymph balance. And there's a lot of manual techniques we can do. If you've been in my office during seasonal allergies, or if you had a cold or anything like that, there's a lot of manual techniques. We do a lot of sinus work with my hands. A lot of it is just kind of getting the cheekbones and separating and spreading, getting on the eyebrow and doing a lot of this type of stuff, and working some of the acupuncture points, and really just trying to open up the sinuses, get the flow of the sinuses working better. That works really, really well. And also some lymphatic drainage to kind of just let everything flow out of the head and through the body. So visiting your chiropractic care is awesome. I have people that really only come in to see me when they have a lot of congestion. It works really, really great. Number 4 is apple cider vinegar. That may be surprising to you. So what does apple cider vinegar do? Well, apple cider vinegar has been proven to boost your immune system as well as increasing lymphatic drainage. So again, get your immune system functioning better so it's less sensitive to these things, and the lymph flow, getting the fluids and out from the upper part of your face and your cheeks and your nose and whatnot. So what I would recommend is 1 to 2 tablespoons to a glass of water, probably like an 8-ounce glass of water, doing that 3 times a day. Apple cider vinegar is also really great for like heartburn or acid stomach, things like that, because of the acid that's in it. Okay, number 5, let's talk about this, essential oils. Now, I'm not a huge essential oil guy, but I do think that there's a lot of really great properties to them. I think that they are really good for a lot of different conditions. I think sinusitis or seasonal allergies is one of those things that are really, really great, especially even if you just kind of rub it on and the vapors, may open up the nasal passageway. So some of them have been proven to boost immune function. Okay, so that's great. They're really great at opening up the nasal passageways to clear you out so that you can breathe a lot easier. You can add them to a tea or to water. Sometimes I just put a couple of drops and I drink it. Tea is fine. Probably the diffuser is probably the most common way. You can get diffusers anywhere, probably again like Amazon. and you put them in there with some water and diffuse them into your room. That works really, really great. Or you could dilute them in it's like sweet almond oil or olive oil, or I think like a coconut oil, and you can actually rub it onto your chest and the bottom of your feet. It gets absorbed through the skin into your body and works really, really well. But for the sinuses, I like to put it on the chest because you just feel those vapors really get up into your sinuses, and they really, really work great. So one of my favorite essential oils for seasonal allergies. Well, first I'd probably start with lavender. Lavender is just really, really nice, but it soothes symptoms of the allergies by reducing inflammation. So it's the allergic inflammation, like in the nose and the sinus, it's been shown it could possibly help reduce some of that inflammation. It decreases the enlarged mucus cells that are swollen in there. So the lavender is really, really nice. Eucalyptus is another one that's really, really great. Again, it reduces inflammation, and it's got a really great cooling sensation when you breathe it in. So that's really nice. That may be a really nice one to rub on your chest. It's a lot better than like a Vicks vapor rub or something like that. Peppermint, again, is really, really great. It helps reduce inflammation and helps you breathe easier. Again, it's going to open up the pathways. It's really good to rub on your chest or put in a diffuser and have it through the air. And then a blend of sandalwood, frankincense, and raven sarah oil. There actually been some studies on that, on the effectiveness of that blend. Probably like a third of each. You can mix them in again with the blending oil. So it's not as strong. You could rub it right on your skin, or you could drop it directly into like a diffuser, or a couple of drops into some water or tea, drink it that way. But it's really great at treating allergic rhinitis, which is just basically inflammation in the nose. It reduces the blockaging of the sinuses. It also helps with some better sleep. So those are the ones that I would recommend as far as essential oils. There's some really great companies out there. I'm not going to promote any specific one, but you can probably start by going to a health food store to get them, or going online, or I can get you really any of these. There's some really, really great products. So those are the 5 things I would talk about. So number 1, cleanse your nasal passageways. 2, manage your stress. Visit your chiropractor. Apple cider vinegar and essential oils. One of the things I didn't talk about is maybe some of my favorite supplements, nutritional supplements for allergies. So I have some fact sheets here. Again, you know that I'm a huge proponent of Standard Process. They got 2 products I really, really like a lot. Number 1 would probably be Alloplex. That's probably one of their premier products for seasonal allergies. It helps with seasonal challenges to allergies. Alloplex keeps you healthy by maintaining a healthy immune system. We've talked a lot about that. Helps maintain healthy function of the sinuses and the lungs, maintain cellular health. So this is a really, really great product. I also like to combine it with Antranex, which is also, Antranex helps you keep your histamines at acceptable levels, so it reduces the amount of histamines that you're producing. It also, it helps keep your liver healthy. What I love about Antranex is its drainage. So what it does is it helps things that we don't want in our body. I use a lot of my Lyme disease patients when I have them on a lot of support to try to boost the immune system to eliminate the bacteria. The Antranex is great to kind of get that bacteria out of the body as well. But it works well with lymph and the liver function to get some of the fluids and swelling out of the body. So it works really, really great. So it's great for the liver. Again, it supports immune function, respiratory system response, and again, assists in immune function. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's a great product. So these 2, the Alloplex and Antranex, works really, really well. Again, maybe the citricidal from the grapefruit seed extract is awesome for immune function, but also it's because it's really antimicrobial. Switching to a different company, Designs for Health, they have a product called HistaEase, and again, it provides natural support to balance the immune response during allergy seasons. So again, HistaEase, so it probably does exactly what it sounds like it does. It's going to reduce the histamine response. Again, none of this has been evaluated or approved by the FDA, but these are great products to support natural defense of seasonal allergies. So anyway, that's everything I have for you tonight. I hope that information is useful. Again, they're really natural. There's no side effects. I think anybody can do them. I think any one of those things you can easily introduce to your everyday through your spring allergy season. So again, thank you so much for watching the show. We raced through a bunch of information. Please feel free to share this information with your family and friends. Anybody that you know may be suffering with seasonal allergies would probably benefit from this information. So again, thank you so much. We'll be back next Tuesday night. I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about, but it's going to be great. I know it will be. So thanks again, and we'll see you next week.